We're back at Culver Academies after the third practice of Fall Camp 2014. Head coach Brian Kelly, how are things going?
Well, today is, probably a little bit of overload. You're getting your third day of installation. We got a lot of things. You always worry about the third day because they start to think a little bit too much. First couple of days, guys are running around. You don't have a lot of installation. So, you've got to keep that in mind. But guys are working hard. This is a marathon, not a sprint. And these are necessary days in the big picture of things.
And we know you're working hard because we can hear it in your voice.
Yeah, exactly.
How much carryover did you get from OTAs?
Oh, I think it's been very smooth in terms of just the retention. We're able, I guess, the good bad of a day like today, where things didn't go as smoothly on both sides of the ball. It's because we're able to put a lot in, and so I think we stacked a lot going into the third day, and that's a good thing. So, we'll smooth things out later, and that's because I think we had a lot of retention.
We talked with Coach Van Gorder yesterday, and he talked about the importance of instituting his scheme in the aggressive attack was guys being comfortable. I imagine it's the same thing in the offensive side of the ball.
No, I think you're right. I think, philosophically we both come from the same, family in a sense that, we want to try to dictate the tempo of the game on both sides of the ball, offensively and defensively. And, you have to create a mentality, our personnel, we're going to play a lot of players. And I think that's a great thing. Our kids know that. And so that gets their attention. But you also create a mentality about how you want to play. We want to play fearless. We want to play with that, that mental toughness and aggressiveness. And so you're creating that in camp right now.
Through 3 days, are there guys who you're saying, yeah, I like that, yeah, he's stepping up?
Yeah, I think it's probably the younger guys that played small roles last year that are really, starting to show themselves. Chris Brown's going to play a prominent role. Will Fuller's going to play a prominent role. I think you're going to see a lot more, from guys like, Devin Butler and Cole Luke. I think we all know that, we're going to have to find some young guys, to provide some pass rush. And I think you're going to see a lot of guys in the mix, on third downs. And quite frankly, it could be a lot of names that you hadn't seen before, and some guys that may be in different positions to do that. And I think we're creating those opportunities for those guys. So I think when this all kind of plays itself out, there'll be a lot of players on the field. Our depth is probably, in my opinion, it's as good as we've ever had. Now, we had some frontline great players over the past 4 seasons, but in terms of depth, I'm not afraid to say that we've got some really good depth. They're not as experienced, but they'll get a chance to show that.
As we wrap this up, what kind of hosts have Culver Academies been? How has this facility been for what you want to get done?
Well, as hosts, they're, it has a feel like a Notre Dame. There's such a great tradition here. There's an excellence here that you can see with their staff. The way that we've been handled has been outstanding. And again, I think it's provided our players an opportunity to get away from campus, to give us a break. The facilities, the food, the ability to do some team building. But Culver Academies, the head of school, John Buxton, everybody associated with it has made this a great start.
Coach, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
With that, Coach Brian Kelly at the Culver Academies. I'm Jack on the Watch ND, presented by St. Joseph Regional Medical Center.